Wow. A New York City teacher is under arrest for allegedly crashing a drone into an empty section of seats during the U.S. Open. The drone was flying over the court in Louis Armstrong Stadium Thursday before crashing. No one got hurt, but the 26-year-old teacher now faces charges of reckless endangerment and operating a drone in a New York City public park outside of what they call a prescribed area. Joining us now, criminal defense attorney Whitney Boan and trial attorney Chip Merlin. Whitney, first to you on this. The teacher ended up turning himself in. Reckless endangerment, it doesn't seem like he was trying to hurt anybody, although you might say that flying a drone near a stadium near LaGuardia Airport's not that smart.
Yeah, I mean, you also might say flying a plane with a Geico banner or some other advertiser's banner over a stadium isn't that smart either. It's not reckless endangerment. I mean, the bottom line is it was an accident. But are we going to start saying that if someone's flying a drone that's 5 pounds and harmless, that that's a problem and we're going to arrest them for it? Meanwhile, President Obama can send out drones that kill innocent civilians and are fatal, and that's okay? You know, it's just ridiculous.
It's a big chasm to get all of a sudden to foreign policy on this one. We'll stick to drone laws in the United States, Chip. Have we gotten to the point where technology has perhaps gotten ahead of the law in terms of where and when you're allowed to use these kinds of drones?
Yeah, I think so. I think it definitely has.
Chip?
Yeah, and I think so too. I mean, Chuck Schumer last year said that New York City was becoming the Wild West with drones all over, and the truth of the matter is we need to have laws that are set so people know exactly what they can do and what they can't do. The manufacturers of drones have come out with safety regulations, are actually encouraging the FAA to come out with regulations to prevent people from doing exactly what this teacher was doing, and that's flying it next to a stadium or a heavily populated area. These are not inherently safe toys. If they malfunction for some reason and they're around people, they can do a lot of harm. And they were lucky nobody was in that seat last night.
I don't disagree, but it's not reckless endangerment. It's one thing for him to fly in an area is not allowed, but it's not reckless.
If I'm operating a drone, don't I have a responsibility for whatever that drone or model airplane or anything else does?
Well,
right, but there's a difference between it being a crime and it being something that's negligent. There's a difference. And now it may be a crime that he's in an area he's not supposed to be, but it's not. That doesn't make it reckless endangerment.
Yeah, well,
we don't want to set that precedent. Is a kite reckless endangerment if it falls, you know, I mean, and hurts somebody? It's ridiculous.
Whitney, there's a big difference between kites and drones, and all the manufacturers talk about it. You should not do this. It's not safe flying. You're endangering other people. It's no different than if you shoot a bullet off into the air. You don't intend to hurt anybody.
It's very different.
But you know it might happen.
But if it malfunctions, it's not a firearm. It's very different.
No, but you're not shooting at anybody. It's no intent. There's no intent whatsoever to harm anybody.
Well,
and the point is that when they do malfunction, they're telling people, we want to make certain that you're operating in an area. When they do malfunction, you don't harm anybody.
No, in this area
I don't
specifically,
have a problem with that.
Right,
it's the reckless endangerment. That's the problem.
And specifically, this was an area near LaGuardia Airport. Thankfully, it crashed into this stadium, not into LaGuardia or somewhere else, as we've seen. All right, moving on to perhaps our most favorite story of the entire day. Texas State University student has found a new way to get around after having her driver's license suspended because she got a DUI. Meet 20-year-old Tara Monroe, and she is now driving a pink Barbie Jeep that you see there around campus, hitting max speeds of, you guessed it, about 5 miles an hour. Monroe had her license suspended after refusing to take a breathalyzer test, we're told, after a concert. So, do you need a license to drive a Barbie Jeep, Chip?
No, you don't. It's not to be used on the road. It's to be used on sidewalks and everywhere else. The manufacturer knows it's not to be used on a road. The truth of the matter is this girl didn't want to ride a bike, and so for some reason she can fit her body into something that's typically set for a lot of style, to something that's for babies, but she's driving it around, and I guess in college you do a lot of crazy things.
Well, to that point, Whitney, she said, this is the best way I could have gotten my 15 minutes of fame. Basically, it was the best decision I've made in college yet, which makes one wonder about all the other decisions she has made in college. So at some level, though, if some adult wants to drive down the sidewalk in a Barbie Jeep, there's not much you can do about it.
No. I mean, what are we going to start saying that toddlers can't ride around in them if they're riding on the sidewalk with them, too? I mean, of course she can drive around on it. And obviously she may not have the best track record of making good decisions, or maybe she wouldn't have gotten in trouble in the first place. I mean, although she's presumed innocent. But I give her all the points for style and pizzazz and creativity. This is a new way that I have not seen before. And I'm in Florida, and I do DUI defense, and I see people who ride alligators and golf carts and bikes and whatever when they don't have a license. This is a new one. I like it.
Without Florida, the National Enquirer publishes monthly. Someone once told me. So Chip, can she get pulled over? Can the police stop her at some point on this Barbie Jeep, or is she just a Barbie girl in a Barbie world right now?
I guess if she was offering it in reckless endangerment of others, I don't know who it might be on the sidewalk, but the police can stop you for an awful lot of things in this country.
Whitney and Chip, we'll leave it with the words of Tara, who says, "It goes pretty fast when it's just me. I usually make my friends walk behind me like parents taking the kid out to play." Her 21st birthday is coming up. We'll see if she takes her Barbie Jeep along with her. Whitney, Chip, thanks so much.